It's Sabera and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be sharing my basic tips to starting your own successful Etsy store. Of course, if you like this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel, give it a thumbs up, and I'll have all my social medias as well as my Etsy store linked down below, and you can check that out too. Okay, so starting off, I have my own store called Love Sabera, and I started this, I would say, in the beginning of 2020, but I didn't really start focusing on it until like quarantine happened and all of that. So as of right now of filming this video, I have 198 sales, which isn't a lot, but it's like way more than I thought I would ever have. So I want to share some tips and tricks to anyone who wants to start their own store, and you can follow these and hopefully find a success as well. So tip number one is to make sure you're making something you love yourself. Personally, I make merch that I wear myself on a day-to-day, and that way I know when I'm making it, I will be proud of it, and if I'm making it over and over, I won't get tired of it because it's something I actually love. I really recommend you make something that you would use yourself or that you just like yourself in general, because if you're making it, you're selling it, you want to convince people to buy it, it should be something you are proud of and that you're passionate about. Tip number two kind of goes hand in hand with the first one, and that is to find a specific niche. For me, that's all about merch. I make merch of shows that I love, that I watch, and I recommend if you find success with one product, run with it. Go with whatever theme that is, whatever category that is, and like make more, make different designs, make different kinds, because chances are if someone likes a product, they will click on your store and try to find similar designs. I know if I like a sticker and I like how it's laid out, I like the drawing or whatever of it, I will click on the person's shop to see if they have other versions of the similar vibe. So I really recommend finding one niche to stick to, that way people can buy more than one thing from your shop, or they can discover new items based on something they find in search. My third tip is to make sure you have really good photos. So for example, if you have clothing like I do, I would recommend having a flat lay of the image and then also showing it on a model, whether that's yourself or someone you know. It's super important when you're taking these photos to make sure they have good lighting, and also if you do want to add filters, make sure you're not changing the colors too much so you can't really see the natural color of the item, because then the person might be really disappointed when they get it in the mail. So I recommend good photos, good lighting, make sure the product is clear, you can see how it's being used, you can see how it looks being worn, and let the people know it's a real tangible item that they could receive. My fourth tip, and probably the most important tip in this entire video, is to focus on social media marketing. Most of my customers come from TikTok because I post like videos of me making my products, of close-ups of me wearing all my products on TikTok, and that is where most of my audience comes from. I also get some from Instagram and very few from like the Etsy ads they post for me, but that's not really my forte. But honestly, TikTok is so big right now, it's so popular, so many people use TikTok and just go on all day, and it's the best way to have something go viral and to get exposure. For tip number 5, that is to make sure you ask for sales. When you get, whether it's your first sale or your 5th sale or your 10th sale, make sure you're always asking for reviews. For my products, I always include a piece of paper with a thank you note and also with care instructions. On the bottom, I will always ask them for a review. Not everyone does it, but if you can outreach and ask with their order number and messaging system, if you can ask them for a review, it always helps. Photo reviews are best. If you have friends and family who are supporting your store and they buy a product, you can always ask them to leave reviews as well. If you don't have that, completely fine. Go ahead and ask anyone who's buying from your store for a review, and it will help. I know when I'm shopping on Etsy, one of the first things I do is look at product reviews, because it helps me know that this is a good product. I look at star reviews and writing reviews as well. So those are my basic 5 tips to starting your own Etsy store. I really recommend, if you want to do it, just go for it. Don't be afraid of what anyone else thinks, because if you find success, you find success. That's it. So I really recommend doing it. I could go more in depth and talk about more complicated tips and tricks of behind the scenes, of course, if you guys want to see that video. But that's all for today. If you like this, make sure you subscribe to my channel to see more from me, and go ahead and check out my Etsy store in the link down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!